Sacho, Brady, Sam, has a strong MVP, a strong with a K, and like a strong MVP case so far. But the Saints defense is coming off a domination of the Seahawks offense, albeit run by Geno Smith, not Russell Wilson. That New Orleans defense, does it have anything for Brady this week, do you think, with all those weapons?
Oh, it has everything for Brady. You got to understand, in New Orleans, they're not thinking and seeing Tom Brady as the Tom Brady that we all see. Yes, they respect him, but they're saying, man, we are the division champs. Y'all haven't beat us since in a regular season since September of 2018. And so you talk to some of the guys in that locker room. Cam Jordan, I was talking to him a couple months ago. He was like, yeah, bro, last I checked, we won the division. And so not only is it Cam Jordan, it's all the guys on that defense. Marshawn Lattimore, you heard about Davenport. You heard about all these different weapons, DeMario Davis, who are playing at an extremely high level. And so best believe Tampa is not going to be able to run the ball on this New Orleans Saints defense. Hopefully, they'll be able to try and get some passing yards. This game right here, 5 sacks on Geno Smith. And yes, I get it. It's not Russell Wilson. But they still dominated when it mattered. It don't matter who's out there. They will dominate. DeMario Davis, that man right there, said, best believe they will not run the ball on us. He said that before the game started. You know what happened? They did not run the ball on them. 5 out of their 6 games, they've held teams to 90 rushing yards or less. There's only 4 other teams have done that. This New Orleans Saints defense is for real.
Okay, Lewis, I want to run another dumb sports talk show host opinion by you and see what you think of this framing, okay? I said before the Saints win at Seattle that Jameis Winston needed to go on the road and win a winnable game. Show that you're not Geno Smith. You can keep a starting job, right? That's a winnable game. Go win it. He did it, and he did it by not turning the ball over and relying on that defense that Sacho was just talking about. You were, of course, on that Monday night football broadcast. So the question is this: did you see anything that leads you to believe that Jameis can do more than not lose a game? Because I think that's what he's going to have to do this week. Can he actually make plays to win it? You got to figure he's going to need to do that to beat Brady and the Bucs, right? Can he do that?
Yeah, he's capable of doing that. But I think, right now, he's trying to follow Sean Payton's instructions and Sean Payton's wishes to a T. Meaning this: we know we have a strong football team in all 3 phases of the game. So we don't need you necessarily to go win it all the time. Or we don't need you to go win it until maybe I tell you, hey, look, it's time to make a play here because right now we need you. They really do believe in the complementary football aspect of things. They were running the football coming into that game at a higher rate than any team in the NFL, which is totally contrary to how this team has been run offensively during Sean Payton's tenure there with Drew Brees. So Sean understands, look, he's trying to protect Jameis while at the same time trying to aid in his development, and he's trying to protect this football team and do what's necessary for them to win games. But if you also notice in that football game, and if you watch the Saints this year, Sean Payton is very, very aggressive as far as taking shots down the field with Jameis, because Jameis is one of the best deep ball throwers in the league right now and has been since he has been in there. He's going to need some of that. He's going to need some of that in this game because Tampa Bay at some point in time, for as good as New Orleans is on defense, and I love him, and look, DeMario Davis was an absolute animal in that game. But for as good as they are, Tom's going to get 1 or 2, and Jameis is going to need to get 1 or 2 also as far as a big strike down the field, and he's done it all year long. So, yeah, I believe he can make plays to help them win games. It's just that Sean doesn't really ask him to do that right now because they're playing a different style than what you're accustomed to seeing.
This is what I'm saying. Sam, I have to pat myself on the back. Sam, sometimes if you don't blow your own horn, there's no music. We're coming up. Baker Mayfield says to keep a starting job, right? Well, Jameis won a sloppy game in the rain, and he did it by not turning the ball over. I think it's now time to take the next step, right? Don't just not lose the game. Play well. Show that if you can't win, at least, you can play well in a game like this. Mike, what do you think?
I totally agree. I had Jameis Winston, Max, as my comeback player of the year. And this game doesn't necessarily have to be the changing of the guard because if we go back a year ago, it was the Saints that won the division. And look, we know that Tom Brady is going to score. But you know what, Max? Jameis Winston can score too. When you look at the vulnerability of the Buccaneer defense, Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting, both on IR, they are vulnerable against the pass. They give up over 7 yards per attempt to wide receivers, which is the best place to attack this defense. So Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, make some plays in the passing game. Make this a high-scoring game. Don't concede this division. So while we're going to talk a lot about Tom Brady against that really good Saint defense, I'm interested to see Jameis Winston take the next step against a depleted Buccaneers secondary.
Yeah, I can't wait till Michael Thomas can get back on the field. Let's really see what Jameis can do. Okay, Kimberly, Jameis is making his first start versus his former team, who jettisoned him in favor, after a losing season, in favor of the GOAT, who promptly won the Super Bowl, right? Okay, what can we expect on Sunday?
So I completely hear what you and Mike are saying. My biggest issue in this game is Jameis can't get caught up in trying to match Tom Brady toe for toe. He can't get into, oh, that's my former coaching staff, the people that didn't want me. We've seen Jameis protect the ball better, but this is a game in which he cannot be a liability. He has to continue protecting the football, especially against Todd Bowles' defense. He can't be the reason that they lose. Yes, go out there and show you're more than a Geno Smith, if you want to use that, Max. But really, he just has to play within his game and not try to do more.
So you're pushing back here. You're saying, no, wait a minute. He's not up to the part where he starts to air it out yet. He's still got to be consistent keeping the ball.
I'm not saying he's not capable of doing that. I think it'll be the emotions of the magnitude of the game, who you're playing against, the guy who took your job, the coaching staff who didn't want you. All those things have to be off the table. Jameis has to protect the football. And if he just is Jameis and takes the intermediate throws and not have to go for the home run every single drive, I think they're in business.
Mike, meantime, Tom Brady,
what more can you say?
I've run out of things to say. I don't know. You have anything else to say about Tom Brady?
What are we going to say, Mike? What are we going to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, he gave us the answers to the test the other night, because when he was on ESPN2 with Peyton and Eli the other night, he talked about sort of like tongue-in-cheek, like, yeah, come on, play man-to-man against us. We don't know if we could, get open. And they are so confident right now. But here's what's interesting. Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints, they are third in the league in man-to-man defense. And they're saying, hey, we got Marshawn Lattimore, Paulson Oladipo, third-round pick. He's playing well at corner for them. They have Bradley Roby, who hasn't played as much. I don't think they can hold up man-to-man against that great Buccaneer skill position group. So I think Dennis Allen, from a chess match standpoint, is going to have to play more zone. And it was so funny to see Tom Brady, somewhat tongue-in-cheek, kind of say, like, come on, Dennis Allen, play man-to-man, let's go. And to me, that chess match is going to be really interesting, because Tom Brady is so confident right now in that skill group that he has.
No AB, no Gronk. Like in the Super Bowl, who's he throwing the touchdown passes to? Like, no AB, no Gronk, he's just killing the game. Okay, the Packers put wide receiver Allen Lazard on the reserve COVID-19 list on Tuesday, meaning there's a good chance Aaron Rodgers won't have his top two receivers heading into Thursday's primetime showdown with the NFL's last undefeated team, the Cardinals. The news about Lazard was added to the list as a close contact comes one day after leading receiver Davante Adams landed on the reserve COVID-19 list. And here we see, without Adams and Lazard, the Packers are left with a receiving core that's combined for a whopping 302 yards this season. That's less than half of Davante Adams this year. Only Randall Cobb has more than 10 receptions or 100 yards receiving among Packers players currently available. All right. So Mike